Hello, hello, folks. We are back taking a look at an epic matchup here. Blue Eyes versus Blue Eyes. Different takes on the decks, so we are going to have to see which comes out on top. All right, so we are on a Baldrake, Sage, Druis, Imperm, and Roar. The opponent has a Sage of their own, a Barrier Resonator, Fiendsmith Engraver, Blue Eyes, and a Dominus Purge. All right, so they are going first, so we are going to have to watch as they combo off. Full Fiendsmith combo. That's what we got the Imperm for. That will stop that. And I had only seen this, so I had no idea what the rest of the cards in their hand were. So I was like, all right, we're just going to hold on to this Imperm. Keep our Bystials out of here for now, in case they have the talents, right? So they're going through their Fiendsmith stuff. Lacrima Ascend, Engraver come back. Link these two off. Now on the sequence, boom, we drop the Imperm because this is where we can cut them off from their Omni Negate. Not that it's going to stop our Bystials, that is. And then, of course, they get to their Sage. So, it is what it is. So they are going to Sage on into their Spirit. They search the Maiden off the Sage. Spirit's going to go ahead and grab the Field Spell. Now they're going to probably set up their Field Spell here. No, Maiden. Okay, so Maiden first for the True Light. Now they're choosing Spirit, so they can go ahead and get their Blue Eyes from their hand. I guess they're choosing not to do it from the deck using the Field Spell. Cheeky. All right, so they've got their Wishes. And then as they try to Megan, we do indeed Druis. So they're going to go ahead. They do chain their True Light for some reason. All right, and now they're going to Wishes pitch their Barrier. Get a double search. Crazy. All right, so they got a Sage and a Roar off of that. Pretty nice. All right, so Mausoleum to set it up here. They are getting their Neo effect. And then Sage normal summon, not once per turn, grabs the effect Veiler. So now they're going to go ahead, get their Spirit. And it's a pretty solid end board. Now, again, looking at this setup here, we probably could have prevented that Spirit from hitting the board. But, then it's just going to tag out and come back. And so, I figured we'll get rid of this Neo. Probably should have gotten rid of the Spirit on summon, to be honest. Get rid of the Neo first with the Baldrake, and then that would have taken care of it when they try to summon it. Is what it is. All right, so we are now Sage normal summoning, to which is met with a Veiler. Probably correct. And then they're going to go ahead and they drop the Veilers. So now we summon out our Spirit, right? Get our Field Spell. Try to continue to play here. Field Spell set up. Try to pump up this Baldrake. That's very important because we need to get this thing bigger than 3,000 to contest this Spirit Dragon before we start using effects in the graveyard. All right, so we're going to Druis Worm out the sequence. And then as we attempt to out their Spirit Dragon, they tag out into the ultimate. We then use the Baldrake to tribute the Druis Worm to attempt to banish. They will indeed negate the Baldrake. However, we have Druis Graveyard effect, which Spirit ain't doing nothing about that. So they are now choosing to bring back their Requiem, which can't activate its effect. We are in the battle phase here, sir. And then they're going to go ahead and special summon back. Great. You got your Blue Eyes. Hope you feel good about it. Now we're going to use our... Okay, things are going a little crazy here. We're using our Link 1 to bring out a Blue Eyes, so we are no longer Dragon Locked. So we make our Lina. Lina's going crazy in this format. What can I say? All right, so Spirit, come on out. Now we're going to SP away their True Light. We got to cut them off of their resources here. They draw Tract, which is a little bit unfortunate. And then now they're going to Fiendsmith combo us, but they don't need to because they know that they got to out the SP first. Makes sense. Now they're going to go ahead and sequence on up, make their Desiree. Bit unfortunate, to be honest, but it is what it is. They got their Omni Negate, finally. And then they just tracked for more bodies, which, okay, I guess. I don't know what that really accomplishes here. They're going to Luri into the Requiem into Lacrima dump. I mean, they already had an Engraver. All right, so Requiem equip. Now we go ahead and draw the Neo, which is fantastic. And they negate the Roar, which feels so good. They negate the Mausoleum as well. Doesn't matter. Now we get to Neo effect, dump the Maiden, Spirit to bring back the Blue Eyes. Maiden comes out, get our True Light set up. But if you're looking at the opponent's hand, you're going to see a very fatal flaw here. So we're going to True Light, attempt to set a spell and trap. I mean, we need to get our Wishes if we want to, start playing the game here. Unfortunately, they do purge us, which is just, it's curtains. We can't play through this. So, yeah, a bit unfortunate. But you know what? This is a match. So we're moving on into Game 2 here. Game 2. Post side deck. We got a Maiden. We got a Neo. Double Ash and a regained. We're going up against an Ash, which is not great. And yes, we do see that they are on the Primite build as well. Fiendsmith Primite. I think you just play Primite Blue Eyes, but hey, you know, they're making it work at 40. At 40. We'll take a look at their deck list at the end, although it is post side, so you know, take that for what you will. Okay, so we are now going to go ahead and Maiden, bring out our True Light. True Light, we got to try to play the game here, right? So set up our wishes, pitch Ash, and we get Ash. I mean, it is what it is. This is where you're supposed to Ash Blue Eyes, so it makes sense. Now we're going to go ahead and Neo on up here. So we're going to go ahead and chain blocks to set up our Link 1. Link 1 will grab the field spell. Lots of Link 1s do that. And then we're going to go ahead and dump the wishes, or the Maiden here. Another Maiden, just for redundancy. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and get a Blue Eyes out here. Maiden summon back. Fantastic. We're going to go ahead and get our own Neo ultimate set up. Some added protection. All right, now we got a Spirit, pass. Plus an Ash Blossom, which is going to go crazy. And then they top deck Ether Barrel. Like, bro, come on. Slow down, dude. Alright, so they're going to get their Lordly Load set up, and yeah, here we go. We are seeing the Primite Blue Eyes in action here. Search out another one. Now they're going to go ahead and Maiden to place. They're going to set their own wishes, I'm sure. Oh, this is going to feel so good. Yeah, Ash Blossom that shit like it's my job. Love to see it. Sea of Wishes. Now they're going to go ahead and get their own Spirit effect. Grab the field spell. You know, set up your Blue Eyes Engrave. They've already got one in there. So they're just going to go ahead and bring it out. And, yep, we are going to negate their Maiden in the graveyard. That's right, because we do have a graveyard negate here. So now they're going to choose to set up their Blue Eyes Tyrant Dragon. Pretty scary stuff here. They're now going to go into their Fiendsmith combo, which is, things are getting a little crazy here. So before they get too wild with the Fiendsmith stuff, we need to stop their Requiem with our Ultimate Spirit. Now, the challenge here, as you can see, they've got their field spell, which means they're going to pump their Tyrant up, which is a little bit unfortunate because they will get over the Blue Eyes Spirit. However, okay, and then they Drill Beam. Like, dude. Now I knew this was coming, right? Because when they activated their Lordly Load, they searched another Primite dude. So I knew they had the Drill Beam in hand. So I knew this was coming. So we tried to play around it as long as we could. Now they choose to Drill Beam our True Light, which we can chain. So we are going to choose to get a Wishes into rotation here. So they'll get rid of our True Light, you know, is what it is. But that's fine. We're going to dump our Blue Eyes, thin the deck out a little bit here. Now they are choosing to summon a Blue Eyes from the graveyard and then make a Seal Pass, which would normally be pretty formidable. However, we have our own Wishes here, so they cannot stop this, but they will attempt to special summon here. Let's see if that does them any good. Now we are choosing to grab the Ultimate Fusion and a Sage here. Now, this is normally not a going second card. It can be, but this is usually a going first card that can be an interruption. A few people are sleeping on this, but when you make your Tyrant with this and a Blue Eyes on field, it turns into a pop. So that's crazy. So they are going to get their Blue Eyes and Maiden out, which is fine. Sage will now go ahead and grab our Veiler. We've already got our Maidens in the grave, so we're good there. Spirit, second copy to now bring out a Blue Eyes. Blue Eyes grab the Maiden. And now they're choosing to, you know, Seal Bounce, which is fine. But I figure, let's now chain the Fusion and start popping stuff because the True Light will ruin their board when it hits the grave. All right, so we're gonna fuse back one of our ultimates so that way we can make our own Tyrant. And now we are able to pop the True Light, which is fantastic. So pop the True Light. They bring out Ether Barrel. All right, whatever. You know the play. We're gonna Lina. We're gonna make another SP. Or no, we're gonna first get in some sweet damage here first. Hit him for 42. Now we'll go ahead and set up our regain. Now this is crazy, right? There's a few plays you can do here. We can hit their graveyard, but I was like, you know, what am I really going to hit besides maybe the Maiden? And I'd prefer to, you know, just not do any of that right now. So I figure, let's go ahead and banish our Lina to put her back with the regain. Look at this. We got continuous spell versus continuous spell. Who's going to win? Oh, and this is so juicy. We rip a Bystial right off the top, right on time. These are going to just ruin the opponent's graveyard here. All right, so they get their Ether Barrel back, whatever. We need to make sure they do not get their Drill Beam back. That's what's most important. They try to Maiden. We are absolutely going to go ahead and get that out of there. Now we're going to go ahead and regain, put back the Maiden to draw. Ooh, and this is so spicy. So, yeah, they attempt to use the effect, which was completely incorrect, because now they don't get their Ether Barrel. Or not their Ether Barrel, their Drill Beam. So, we're going to go ahead now and just boom, boom. See ya. They set up another Lordly Load. Like that matters. Now, they are attempting to bring out a Blue Eyes, but as a good Blue Eyes player, I know you're not playing more than 2 copies of this card, so we are absolutely banishing the second one from their graveyard with the other Bystial we got here. Yeah, sucks to suck, doesn't it? Alright, so we got a Lubellion here. We're just going to use it to grab our last name, right? Oh, we didn't have a Druid Worm. This should have been a Druid Worm. I was getting a little greedy. I was like, ooh, let's just get the Magnemite loop going here. We could have outed them and gone for game, so... You know, I think that was probably the correct play, but, you know, needless to say, we are still going to completely ruin their day here. So Magnemite Search in the end phase, regain, put back. I probably should have been resetting my own graveyard with this. Getting that Spirit back would have been really, really nice. So, you know, is what it is. We're still going to sink in a massive amount of damage. Get our Seal play here. And at this point, there's just no coming back from this. Thin the deck out with Soreneer a little bit. Go ahead and grab the Druid Worm, you know. What are they doing against this? They don't draw anything effective here. So they are going to choose to Ether Barrel, try to bring themselves back, like that matters. We should have used the draw too when we got rid of it. We should have put back their Blue Eyes to draw or something like that. But yeah, we're bouncing the Ether Barrel, and that's just game. Yeah, Druid Worm comes out. They know it's curtains. All right, let's go ahead and get into the last, duel of this match. All right. We got a Maiden. We got Crossouts, which do a heck of a lot in the mirror match, and we got a Nib. All right, double Nib, that is, which just, All right, let's see what kind of board they can make that doesn't lose to Nib. Now, they're on Fiendsmith stuff here, which is crazy, dude. You can protect yourself from Nib, which is like one of the biggest Achilles heels of the Blue Eyes strategy. You know what? We're just gonna look now. Okay. The fact that they are not on a, Caesar package here just seems completely incorrect. I think if you're playing Fiendsmith stuff, you obviously need to be having the Caesar in your deck to play around the Biru, the one thing that your deck hard loses to. So they're just going to get waxed here. I mean, like, sequence, cool, great. Go ahead, make your Omni negate, go for it. We're just going to let them full combo, and then once they commit, that's when we drop the Nib. Because as you'll see, Blue Eyes has no way of playing around Nibiru. You hard play into it almost every single time. So let's see. They got Sage and another Roar. All right, cool. Go ahead and grab your Effect Veiler. Like that's gonna do something. Go ahead and Spirit on out. Get your Field Spell. They're gonna go ahead. They've got one way to summon Blue Eyes plus another way, and then they've got another way to drop a Tuner. So they have double Spirit access here once they set it up. Get your Wishes effect, Neo Ultimate, yep, targeting protection, Spirit Dragon number 1, set it up, Spirit Dragon number 2, here it is, boom, drop the Nib. What are you doing, bro? What are you doing? Alright, so they're going to go ahead and out our token, whoop-de-doo, is what it is. And yeah, we got a Maiden, so we're playing the game here, and they got nothing, like absolutely nothing. The Wishes, and by the way, we do have ways to pop this token, right? We've got our, what is it, the Fusion card. We have a Druid Worm we could probably try to tutor on into. We could, make a Spirit, or not Spirit, a Seal and bounce this. There are so many ways, once we out the True Light, to out this token as well. So I figured, let's just get the combos going here. Let's start to play the game. Sage, and yeah, they're pretty disheartened by that. So yeah, opponents on some weird stuff. I can't say they're playing the actual Primite Blue Eyes deck, but I figured this matchup was way too crazy not to go over. So anyways, hope y'all enjoyed.